side, and she can run but can't hide. But that's approaching the witching hour, and settling score is my routine. Oh well, all's well, ends well, farewell Alice. Too late, checkmate is your fate. It's over, I come alive when you're afraid. I'll write the ending of your tragic fairy tale. I will survive and you will fade. I'll wither, flowers fall and fail. Well, I prevail.
All right, Angela. Great. Are you looking to audition for musical theater programs? Yeah, maybe, or you don't know?
Maybe.
Maybe. What year are you going to be?
Freshman.
You're going to be a freshman. Oh, so you still have quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
Great. So, number one, stand with your hand down to your side, please. Yes, there you go. Do not cross those arms and get shifty when you come in and you tell me who you are, right? Stand tall and proud, nice and still. It makes you appear much more present in the room, right? When we're kind of shifting, all of a sudden I see nervous teenager. But now I see, oh, potential professional artist. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Just a very, very simple thing to make you feel much more present in the room. Don't look at me in your audition.
I noticed that.
Yeah,
I
you
just
start
had nowhere
looking at
else to look.
Right? So you gotta find, so who are you singing to in this song?
Myself. I don't know. The character is kind of like alone.
Right,
And
but
she's,
we're always
like,
singing to
plotting.
somebody, so even if we're singing to ourselves or doing a monologue to ourselves, we're usually speaking to a very specific part of ourselves. Does that make sense? Like, the sad part of me is singing to the happy part of me, or the part of me that really wants to do this thing is singing to the part of me that really doesn't want me to do it, right? We have conversations with ourselves all the time, particularly when we're trying to make decisions, right? In our mind, we're like, well, maybe I should do that. Well, I don't know. Maybe a bad idea. But you should probably try it. It could be really fun. But I'm really scared, right? These conversations go on in our head all the time. We can sing about them, but we have to be clear. So my number one thing about this is that I think that it's a little scattered, right? You're just kind of singing it. So
Yeah.
I need you to really hone in on who you're singing to, what you want from them, why you're singing it, yeah? It kind of sounds like she's singing to Alice. Isn't there a lyric where she
Yeah.
directs something to Alice? Yeah? So even if Alice isn't present, I think she's still probably singing it to her. Also, I don't think vocally this is quite right for you right now. Yeah, it feels a little out of your range, and it feels just a little like your belt voice isn't quite ready to sing it. Doesn't mean you can't keep working on it, but you have to make sure that when you go in to audition, that you present yourself really strongly, right? You may be able to sing this song soon, but when you go to an audition, you don't want to do the song that's like, oh, I might be able to do this song soon really well. You want to do the song that you can hit out of the ballpark right away. Make sense? So keep working on that belt voice because it's definitely in there. It's just a little pushed right now, a little heavy. So I would want to hear that lighten up. I'd want to hear you have a little more control over it. Notice how much louder it gets when you go higher in your belt. It doesn't have to do that. We can belt quieter. And so if you can keep working on that belt voice and strengthening it. Do you work with a voice teacher?
Yeah.
Excellent. Does she work on belting with you or only classical stuff?
She works on
Everything. Great. So keep working and keep working on the belt voice. Maybe work on some things that don't go quite so high so that you can really get solid and get a lot of control, and then maybe work up to something more like this. Because this is a big thing, right? It's a big old song. And so, you know, it's risky in an audition because of how big it is, right? Because you have to really be able to knock it out of the ballpark. And I think you have the potential to, right? But if you were auditioning for colleges now, which you're not, so it's fine, you have plenty of time to get ready. But if you were, I would steer you towards another song. Make sense? Good. Whatever song you do, make sure you can sing it vocally.